Good morning, David Atkins, target individual. I'm getting hit this morning pretty hard. Not as hard as I have been though. So anyway, today I'm going in some real good stuff, and I don't even know what to name this. Brian too gave me. I have permission to use this. He has videos on Brighton, Rumble, and BitChute. He's no longer on YouTube. If you would like the links to his videos, I'd be glad to share them. He sent me this a few weeks ago, and I've been sitting on it because this is some genius way and perspective of the targeted program and how it works. So anyway, I'm going to start out reading it, but I'm going to start out with a Bible verse, and it's John 16:33. Be of good cheer. In this world you will have tribulation, but I have overcome the world. And Jesus said that in John 16:33. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it slow, and I'm also going to put the text in the description so you can read it and comprehend it because, it is deep, but man, this is some good stuff. Plato insists that those who free themselves and come to perceive reality have a duty to return and teach others, and this holds true in the Matrix as well, as we take it upon the chin to save humanity from widespread ignorance and acceptance of a false reality. Allegory of the cave. Plato, and this is all going to correlate and talk about targeted program in the end, so just listen and pay attention. I promise this is some good info and a good way to look at the program itself. Allegory of the cave. Plato writes of a fictional cave that houses a row of chained prisoners. These prisoners are forced to look only at a single blank wall from early childhood, unable to move, even to see their fellow captors. Behind the prisoners sits a fire, and objects would be passed across the light of the flame, casting shadows on the blank wall in front of the chained inmates. Plato posits that since these shadows would be all the prisoners ever know, they would become reality for those who see nothing else. If one of the prisoners might escape, he would learn of the fire and fear it, desiring to be returned to his old existence. If he resisted that urge or was forced to leave the cave, he would eventually learn the true nature of his reality. For Plato, only a philosopher can achieve this miraculous escape. Having accustomed to this new perception of reality, to his new perception of reality, the prisoner would return to free the others, and they would resist, believing their escaped friend had been harmed, when in fact he was just struggling to see in the darkness after finally beholding the light of the sun. To compare Plato's allegory of the cave to the Matrix, the row of the chained prisoners are the humans. The ones casting shadows by the firelight are the machines, and the shadows on the wall are the Matrix itself. Having only ever experienced the digital Matrix, humans perceive the world as reality, but the philosophically minded individual can break free by taking the red pill and finding the truth. Just as many of the prisoners would be scared of the fire and wish to return to the wall, many of those freed in the Matrix opt for the blue pill. Stick to what you can already understand, just like the first film's Cypher character. By escaping the cave or taking the red pill, everything becomes clear. And even if others perceive that liberation as suffering, the philosopher knows they are better off outside of the cave. CIA DoD contractors are using models of deception and manipulation for this purpose. And it's all going to tie into this allegory he just said. A game to fabricate and falsify a victim's reality. A falsified memory is a psychological phenomenon where a person recalls an event or topic which never happened. A fabricated memory is a psychological phenomenon where a person recalls an event or topic that happened differently than the way it actually occurred. A deadly game designed to walk a person to their destruction and death. It's based on psychophysics and psychotronics for memory management, which is a psychological phenomenon using models of deception and manipulation to manipulate the daily motives and emotional perceptions of an individual, population, or even entire segments of society. At a time using fabricated and falsified memories which never existed to begin with or which existed differently than how the victim recalls. The cave, then, is the fabricated and falsified environment the mind-controlled victim and target individual is placed into using street theater, situation scenarios, and conversational scenarios, and cyber theater, disinformation, misinformation, misdirection, misattribution, etc., to isolate them using sensory deprivation, etc. The iron chains that the targeted individual and mind control victim is imprisoned with are both physical and psychological, including direct energy torture and scripted mind games based on various mathematical models, such as the non-cooperative gaming theorem, hypergame theory, Occam's razor principle, etc. The blank wall in the cave that the targeted individual and mind control victim is forced to visualize is constructed of that prolonged isolation, sensory deprivation, etc., leaving the mind control victim unable to see others he is chained with that are also real targeted individuals and fellow captors inside the psycho-cybernetic cave they are forced to live in. The fire inside this trauma-based psychopathology is the technology, psychotronics, and the science, psychophysics, from which the light pulse train of data via bi-directional stream of electromagnetic low-frequency waves emanates. The shadows on the wall are the scripted mind games and images that captives endure, which are reflected in the neural programming, including dream modulation, neural-linguistic programming, etc. The machines are, of course, the sophisticated and advanced artificial superintelligence exascale supercomputers, remote neural networks merged with augmented reality / virtual reality interfaces known as NEURO-REALITY, which, if the technology works correctly, becomes the default reality of the victim. Those who escape the cave are the targeted individuals that the technology doesn't work properly on, or who are able to learn the truth of their deception and manipulation. Others who are scared of the fire and return to their fabricated and falsified existence in the cave are those who are deceived and manipulated to believe the artificial responses they now exhibit are their very own. And I'm going to put one more thing, just like I started out. Plato insists that those who free themselves and come to perceive reality have a duty to return and teach others. And this holds true in the Matrix as well, as we take it upon the chin to save humanity from widespread ignorance and acceptance of a false reality. I will be making a video the day after tomorrow, and I hope y'all understood that. And like I said, I'm going to put this, if it'll fit, you can only put 5,000 words in the description. I'm going to put it in there. That way you can read it and take it in because it is deep. Anyway, God bless y'all. Have a good day.